All right. First off, man, what a night! What a night! So proud of our football team. Their response, everything that we do and train for, and how we go to work, it's for that moment, for that game, for that stage. They showed up, showed incredible heart. They fought back. Great second half. A lot of credit to Duke. I mean, they battled. They battled throughout. It's a really good football team. It's one that it was is what I expected it to be. But I was just really proud of our entire team and just the mindset they brought. The way they encouraged each other throughout. It was special. We had big momentum swings. Great plays. Some disappointing plays that we have to be better at. But as a whole, I mean, it was like I said. That's why we train the way we train. I want to definitely shout out just our fan base. I mean, there's no words that can really do justice for how much I just appreciate them and the impact that they've made. I mean, the last 3 games, you play 3 straight home games, and every one of them's a sellout. Every one of them's an incredible atmosphere. Tonight was special, though. There's nothing like Doak Campbell at night. And to see the energy, to see our guys and how they battled throughout, really fed off that. It was remarkable. Obviously, today being a game to celebrate our Seminole heritage, it was a wonderful experience. Getting a chance to see the council members from the Seminole Tribe of Florida being here, being represented, being celebrated. It's a special relationship that we have, and I'm glad they got to see a game where our team got to put on display an unconquered spirit, and that's how they play. And they had a lot of confidence in what would happen and what would occur, but it wasn't perfect, and it really doesn't need to be. And these guys, they really fuel off those moments where they've got to rise up and put on display their identity. But proud of them, proud of just every person a part of this program and the continued work and taking a positive step forward, because that was a big one for us tonight.
First question will be Corey on your right.
The 4th down stop when they're up 20-17, you get the stop at the 5-yard line, and then you go 95 yards against obviously one of the better defenses in the country. I guess just looking back, how important is that moment in this game, and maybe even moving forward, what that said about the offense?
It's huge, and we've talked about it throughout these last few weeks, and our defense, even on that drive, they got their back against the wall, and they've responded in the red zone, all throughout the course of the year. To be able to get that stop and then seeing the offense, really, I think it was a 15-play drive that we took the ball down the field, and just the confidence that our guys had, some big plays. Keon's catch was remarkable. I mean, the big runs. Jordan was a threat, with both his arm and his legs. And be able to finish that one off, in the end zone was just, so impactful. And like I said, not just for maybe this game, but even moving forward, just to grow in confidence through the work. And our guys work at a very high level, and when you have these type of experiences, it just continues to fuel that. But it took all three phases tonight, and all three made big impacts. And I'm proud of our players.
So we Brendan on your left.
The performance Jordan had in the second half, specifically both passing, running the ball. Can you just talk about his efficiency and what he did in the second half that was so effective?
No, I mean, it was unbelievable. I told him at the end of it, man, that's a champion's heart, and that's how he works. It's how he prepares. I've no doubt about the way that he's going to show up, because we see it throughout every day in practice, just the mentality which he brings. But he had fun out there tonight, and it was really enjoyable seeing him lead this football team. When it got tight, when it got tough, he played his best, and to see him really take over in that game, I mean, was special. And I love seeing him celebrate with his teammates, and just the encourager that he is, and that was a really cool moment there in the second half.
It seems like he hasn't needed to run much this season. You guys haven't used his running ability much. But on that drive, when you guys had to have it, did that feel like we've got to go to it now?
Well, I mean, obviously we're we're going to try to create things, throughout the course of the game. That's a really good defense, and they do a great job of fitting all runs. They're very, very rarely do you get them off balance, but we did feel like if we needed it, there would be great opportunities to possibly have Jordan. You help us in the run game, and it showed up. And you got to give credit to Duke. I mean, they played really hard. I mean, that's like I said, that defense did not disappoint from what I expected them to be. But our guys showed up and made big critical plays throughout the second half, and that's what we needed to win.
Next will be Chris, top left.
Jesus, Dan Henson, a huge kick return for you guys, response in the moment, and also to break them.
No, I mean, I was so happy for Deuce. I was talking to him, throughout the course of the week. I mean, I felt if we got a chance that Coach JP did a great job, with the scheme and putting together a return that we thought could give us a chance to have a great change in play. We knew Deuce, he was ready. He's been working. He's been preparing. I was talking to him, throughout the week, and even in the pregame, just be ready for this. And it's. I saw when he hit the seam and was able to do a great job by all the guys blocking. I mean, they battled through that, but when he hit the seam, I knew there was nobody that was going to catch him. And that was the momentum that we needed. It was a huge boost to our team. Deuce actually got to break the rock because it was such a big play in the game. That I think really sparked us.
We'll go to Kurt, second row on your right.
Third straight second half shutout for your defense. I know the goal line stand felt big for that for sure, but just what does it think about this unit that they really seem to grow into games very well, and just what changed do you think for them in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, with every rep they get better, and I think Adam's done a remarkable job. I mean, he really has, and just playing to the strengths of our guys. I thought they were dominant throughout the game. I mean, Duke was able to run the ball. Got to the edge a few times. We lost contain, didn't have the edge. We thought Adam did a great job, and our players do a great job. When you make slight adjustments, you re-emphasize and focus on the things that they need to be doing and looking at, and then to see that response. Basically, there's 10 points. We had the missed fourth down where we were able to get an immediate stop and held them to a field goal, and then obviously the pick six there there early. But other than that, I mean, they held them to 10 points, essentially, defensively. And I mean, you talk about the goal line stop or the inside the 5 stop, there at the end of the fourth down. I mean, it just shows the confidence which our guys play with, and 11 guys going out there and execute at a very high level.
Come to Andrea, second row on your left.
Mike, you guys have scored 80 points in the fourth quarter this season, which obviously is a lot. What is it about this team that allows it to turn it on in the fourth quarter?
It's building and getting better. Like, we we want to start fast, and that's something that's important to us. And we spend a lot of time just on how we come out the gate, but ultimately we want to finish. Like, we want to finish strong. We want to make sure that we put everything into the game. The adjustments, put your preparation on display. Put your physicality, your toughness. All the hard work they do in the off season. Coach Storms and his staff do a remarkable job, and you see that in the fourth quarter. And our guys have confidence in it. And it was the last thing before we left the hotel today. I mean, we talked about our identity, and this is going to be a program that's going to finish. And whether it's in the classroom, whether it's in the practice field, whether it's in the weight room, on the game field, on prime time, whatever it needs to be, that's what we want. That's what we want to be known for. It's one of the greatest qualities you can ever have, as you go through life. And these guys, they embrace that, and they're willing to go through the tough moments so that they can have confidence whenever it's maybe stacked against you, or when you need to dig deep and to go put your stamp on a game, or whatever you're going through in life. And that's what I'm so proud of this football team.
We'll go to Jordan in the middle.
Coach, with the slow start, was it more of your guys just being antsy, or was it something that Duke was doing schematically that was giving you guys trouble?
Well, I mean, I think it's probably, you got to give credit to them. I mean, it's a good team. I mean, they come in, I think they were leading the ACC in rushing. That's a tough offensive line. They do a good job, and the schematic part of it, I think Coach Johns put together a really good plan. And I thought there were some times that we missed we miss things. I just, we had a couple of really poor eyes, poor fits that allowed them to get out on the edge. Offensively, we had 2 4th downs that we didn't convert on, and then obviously the turnover. I mean, that's not a very. It wasn't. I didn't feel that it was our guys not. It's the want to was there, but it's just slight execution and being able to finish within drives, and they kept playing, and obviously we got the spark on special teams. I was able to still get in the end zone there offensively, and then once we get to second half, you saw those guys get rolling.
We'll come to Jack, third row on the left.
The tight end room has been very versatile this year. I'm going to talk about Jaheim's performance tonight. He had 10 targets, 8 receptions. How much of a role did he play that when it came to be able to pass the game?
I mean, it was sometimes you got to take what teams give you, and as you saw, like they were trying to fast buzz everything underneath, Keon and Johnny. It was a little bit of a challenge to get those guys into one-on-ones, but it opened up the middle, and you presented the tight ends with opportunities. Like Kyle Morlock did some good things. Obviously Jaheim had a really good game. I mean, I was proud of him and some clutch plays and clutch moments. He's continued to work at a high level, and you see it and feel that within our group of guys playing. There's a lot of unselfishness that's taken on. I mean, I want every receiver and tight end and running back to want the ball every play. Like that's what we desire. But some weeks there's more, some weeks there's less, and when we play good teams, they're going to try to work and adapt and adjust to maybe slow down certain guys, but it also provides other guys opportunities. And I thought our tight end room did a really nice job of running backs, catching the ball out of the backfield, and then still finding a way for Johnny and some of the receivers. Obviously, Keon, that catch was unbelievable. I mean, that's another one of those just wow moments, in the game. But I'm proud of our guys, and Hakeem had a big 3rd down conversion. I mean, it's fun to see guys going out there and playing at a high level and playing with that confidence.
We've got time for 2 more. Next will be Aslan, third row on your right.
Coach, I know you guys are chasing like perfection and putting everything together for a full 60 minutes, but that's the 16th ranked team in the nation. You're going to play teams like that as you continue this journey. Just how confident, how comfortable are you that your team's going to be able to kind of find ways to grind out and win games?
Oh, I believe in our team. Like I have the ultimate belief in our team. But just like I told them, belief is one thing. Going and earning it is another, and we got to work. And tomorrow, I promise you, we'll come back here, we'll clean up mistakes, and we'll go get in a squat rack tomorrow and get out on the practice field, and we're going to get better. And that's what this team has to do. If not, then we set ourselves up to be disappointed. And I have the ultimate belief in what these guys can do, what they can accomplish. We've seen it throughout the season already. Played 7 games. Multiple games where we've been down, we've had to respond and rise up at home, on the road. We've been up and had to finish games, and that's I like the makeup of this team, and but ultimately all the things that we want and all the things we desire, it doesn't really matter if we're not willing to continue to put the investment and stay focused on the journey of what we set out. That's just to get better with each opportunity.
All right, last one will be 4th row on your right. I mean on your left.
Coach, it seems like in the biggest moments, Jordan Travis, fights can never be too bright, moments can never be too big. How pivotal is it to a locker room and a culture to have the leadership and tangibles in your quarterback?
No, I mean it's huge, and like I said, he's a winner. He's got a champion's heart. The performances, and it's not just this year. It's years past. I mean, when he's in the game, you always got a shot, and that's really Jordan is a great example of that. But I think it also carries over to our team. I mean, there was a time last year where Jordan wasn't available, and we had to come back and find a way to win. And from Tate, he really carried over some of that. And that's where when you have that, within the locker room and guys see it on a daily basis, it does rub off. And Jordan is just such a special, player. But the young man of who he is and how he approaches things, like that's what makes him just elite. And there's nobody else I'd rather have. I mean, he's remarkable, and to have a second half like he did, to be able to take over the game, like he did when the moment called. I mean, it was a great night for him. He showed why he is who he is.
All right, thank you, Coach.
I think, yes.